we're here at Roskilde Festival and we're here with, I don't know, do you guys call yourselves a band?
Yeah, I guess we can say that. We're an occasional band.
Okay.
I'm Andreas there, and I'm in the band called Stereosaurus in Copenhagen collaboration.
Next one.
I'm David. I play in Cody and from Sarah.
Yeah. Next one.
I'm Gustav. I'm from Alcoholic Faith Mission.
Okay. But you're all united, aren't you, under the Copenhagen collaboration?
Yeah, that's right. The Copenhagen collaboration is really it's a musical collective.
Yeah.
So it's 10 bands consisting of roughly 30 people.
Yeah.
Who all and we're basically just a group of friends, and we all kind of play in each other's bands. And we found out about 2 years ago that we had this kind of group of people who all played sort of indie music in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
And so the Copenhagen collaboration is sort of the label that we put on this particular group of people who play in this particular group of bands. So the Copenhagen collaboration is a collection of bands and musicians who support each other and who play music together and who play on each other's records and who help each other become better bands.
Okay. So how did the Copenhagen collaboration come to be gigging Roskilde 2012 in its capacity as the Copenhagen collaboration?
So, do you guys want?
Sure. I think last year we did probably our first concert maybe. Our only concert so far. Yeah. At a venue in Copenhagen.
Which one?
It's called Huset, the house, is what it translates as, and we featured all the bands, and we got quite a lot of attention because I think because of the initiative being pretty new, I suppose. We got a lot of attention for the concerts and got great reviews and a lot of press and so on. And then people started noticing noticing us and started asking, I guess who are these guys? Copenhagen collaboration, and then I guess Roskilde heard about it as well.
Yes.
I don't know if you have a better story than that.
Well, I guess the story about the Roskilde show is that it's also worth mentioning that Roskilde is a very progressive festival, and they like to show something extraordinary, and they contacted us through the band called Cody, which David is in, and they were interested in hearing in having something unique, and we were able to provide that in the concert that we're going to give tomorrow on the arena stage. Is something that we have never done before, that has never been performed anywhere before, and it's going to be a huge show with 30 musicians on stage. At the same time, 3 drummers, 6 guitar players, everything. Yeah.
How fantastic! My God.
Yes.
We're pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
We've been rehearsing in the weekend and Monday, Tuesday, all day long, like from 9 in the morning till 9 in the evening, basically, and playing through the set and getting this concert ready. I mean, also it's not only is it. Do we have a lot of bands there and a lot of musicians, but it's also going to be an extremely long concert actually.
How long?
2.5 hours, I think.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, so it's like a marathon show of the diversity that we can show, I suppose, in the collective.
So in your set, are you going to have different genres?
Yeah, I think you could say that. Yeah.
Will be.
You want to talk about genres?
Nope.
No, not really. Yeah, we're gonna have some indie rock. We're gonna have some solo acoustic performances. We're gonna have some more kind of electronic stuff. We're gonna have some Americana kind of. That's Cody, I'm thinking of. What would you call them from Sarah? What kind of stuff? What would you label that as?
I don't know, just trio rock and roll, I guess.
So from intimate kind of pretty naked, music to kind of really huge soundscapes and a lot of choral stuff, a lot of vocal stuff, and a lot of as Andreas said, a lot of drum machines, a lot of guitar players, a lot of string players. Sorry?
Dancers.
A lot of dancers, yeah.
It's basically I think the thing with the show is that we're going to be playing the songs that the bands have written, but we're going to be playing them in a way where we're going to take, so a band has a song, and then we're going, as a collective, we're going to take that song just to the complete maximum, because now we have so many great musicians to choose from, so each song is going to have, that special touch that each musician can give, so someone is really good at with computers and manipulating voices. So his trick is going to be used on another song, to make that song even greater and make it even bigger or crazier. So we're really going to use what each of us are very good at to take it to the next level and to make something that has never been done before.
Yeah. And do you think that there's some kind of unifying philosophy or approach and sound that has brought you guys as musicians together? Because it's unusual.
Yeah.
It's never happened before, I don't think.
I was thinking when we got here, we got an extra ticket each, and I didn't know who I wanted to give it to because all my friends were already here. So I actually ended up, I didn't know where to put it because they were all here and on the same stage. It's kind of, and I think that's,
That is the answer.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very true. Yeah. And I think if you're looking for a musical kind of denominator for it, I think it's DIY. Actually, we're all very bands who do it ourselves. We record our own. We make our own records. We play a million instruments between us, and we all everyone is really nobody is on major labels, and everyone is independent in the old school version of the word. So
everyone's recording in their own bedrooms, basically.
Yeah.
That's what we're all doing. So I mean, that's
that is
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. How does that go in Denmark? DIY producing and distributing.
I think more and more it's the way to go. I mean, I think that's more and more what people are doing right now because obviously the technological possibilities are there now. It's quite cheap for everyone to get equipment to. Shall I grab that?
Yeah.
Thanks. It's quite, it's pretty cheap for everyone to actually get equipment to record their own album and to make something that sounds really good without investing like a £250,000 or whatever. So, I mean, that's what a lot of people are doing. So, I think it definitely sets a lot of creative potential free in Denmark in terms of people that would not normally have perhaps been signed to major labels or been able to invest a lot of money in a recording, can make their own music in their bedroom and be quite successful kind of on a worldwide basis instead of just being like the new, Robbie Williams or whatever.
Yeah. And I think there's also the thing that, Denmark is a small country and nobody who makes music that's just slightly out of the mainstream is making a lot of money on it. So DIY is also... It seems like it's the way to go, and it's something that we've been doing it for years. But it seems like everyone who's making just slightly alternative music now, everyone is DIY in one way or another.
Yeah, but why do you think your music is slightly out of that category? Is that yours?
Yeah, that's my record that I brought.
Could you hold it up so
Yeah,
we can
sure.
see that? So that's yours.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's actually a record. How
actually a
wonderful.
record, yeah.
It's actually a record.
Yeah.
So this is So this is recorded on a cheap PC computer, and now it's printed on vinyl as if it was recorded analogically, but it's not. It's just it's for fun.
How great.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
You look
sorry, I
so
was
sweet.
distracted by that. So going back to the question about anyone who's slightly out of the mainstream, is the collaboration out of the mainstream then? What puts you out of the mainstream?
When I say out of the mainstream, I'm talking about musically.
Yeah.
That we are, what we're making is...
Maybe radio-wise.
Yeah, I'm talking, radio, TV-wise. We are bands that are not we're not heavily supported by the big radio stations or something like that. So, and it's not that we make, it's not completely weird music. It's just stuff that's it's not the kind of thing that you hear on the radio, on Danish radio at least. Unless you listen to the one alternative channel there is, which is called P6, which is cool, which I listen to all the time, and it always plays my friends' records.
But I think, I mean, Denmark is probably quite unique in that way, and perhaps not always in a good way, in the sense that it's such a small country. So, as you said, Andre, I mean, there's basically not a lot of opportunities for bands that are outside the mainstream. I mean, there's, like as you said, there's one outside mainstream radio station, and the rest would be, I mean, the rest is pretty much mainstream. The rest of the stuff that gets successful. So, in that way, I suppose it can be probably quite hard for bands outside that kind of radio interest to become popular in Denmark, because no one ever hears about them, because they're not played on the radio.
I wonder if there's a possibility for them to become popular outside Denmark.
I think that's definitely what's happening. I mean, I think so.
With your band and your band, it's very. You both seem to be touring a lot.
We've been. I mean, in the band I play in, we've been touring a lot in the United States and in Germany and and all over Europe basically. And we actually have bigger audiences abroad than we have in Denmark. When we play in Copenhagen, a lot of people come and see our show, but around Denmark, not so much. It's a lot more. I mean, as I say, abroad. I don't know about Cody.
Yes, same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
It seems like people look at what Europeans or Americans listen to, and then they.
In Denmark,
in Denmark, at least, it's not like this thing is Danish. Let's listen to it. Not at all. It's like this thing is European, or they've made it in the States or Germany or whatever. Like, so then, okay, sure, we'll take it in.
Yeah, it seems like even your band, Alcoholic Faith Mission. It almost seems like a strategy you've done. To start playing. You started playing in Germany before you ever played in Denmark, because that almost seemed like a thing. Like once you'd been gigging for 2 years in Germany, then people in Denmark would start to pay attention or whatever.
I think a weird thing is that I think one of the first kind of press interest stories we had was Alcoholic Faith Mission has just done a tour in the United States or whatever. So it was only interesting in Denmark when it was interesting somewhere else, if you see what I mean. And that's kind of weird, isn't it? But
Danes are great.
Oh, come on, David.
So just going back to the collaboration again.
Yeah.
How could that go forward? How can that play on, if you like?
I think it can go in many directions. We've been having so now we're doing this concert tomorrow, and before this we did something that was also crazy, which was a live remix of a live concert where we were playing on a stage with all the musicians were wearing headphones, and we heard what we were playing, but all the sound went to 2 DJs who were also on the stage, who live remixed the songs, and then the audience could sort of see, the band is playing this, the DJs are doing this, and we're hearing something completely different. And a friend of ours told us that he thought that what we'd made was not really a concert, but it was more like musical research. And I think that's some of the things we want to pursue. We all have bands and we play regular concerts which we love to do, which is our main thing. But this is sort of a chance to do something completely different and to try things out. We've been discussing with a Danish circus. To play with them in a circus performance in this autumn. I don't know. I hope that they get the money to do it, because it would be not that they have to pay us, but they have to rent stuff to do it. And I think playing while people are juggling fire would be cool. So I hope we can do that. We don't know that for sure. Otherwise, we're going to see what we feel like doing and what everybody. We're a lot of people, and it has to be something. It has to be something really different and fun if everybody is going to spend their time on it. So I think we're going to have to see what we can do and what comes up.
Okay. Thank you guys very, very much indeed.